welcome to the Nick and Matt Show. Bringing the player interviews you want to hear and the hot topics you want to discuss. Streaming live on the Foundation Podcast YouTube channel, here's Nick and Matt.
Let's go ahead and welcome our second guest of the night and recently crowned champion, the Dynamic Disc Open 2021. Haliey, how are you doing, and where are you at in the world right now?
I'm doing great, and I actually am back at home.
Nice. Very nice. Where is home for you, for people who don't know?
West Bend, Wisconsin.
West Bend, Wisconsin. How's the weather this time of year?
It's like mid-50s right now.
That's it?
This week, yeah.
Dang, I thought it would be like 75, 80. It was like 90 degrees here in Virginia today.
Nick moved from New England down to what I'll call the South compared to New England, and he's all forgets about the temperature. So, Haliey, you had you had one big win this year, NT, and then you stepped up at this NT to have another significant win. Is there something special about the NTs that we don't know, that you're just you come harder at those? What's going on?
I don't know. I just happen to win those too. I don't know.
You just happen to win those. There's something else to it. Did you feel like you saw how well Katrina was playing? Did that drive you any harder going into this event, or did you have a game plan that didn't change at all?
I think I was my only motivator. I just wanted to beat myself and not lose to myself. So, I mean, seeing Kat play good obviously made me want to play better and better, because seeing other women do that once, it opens the possibilities. So,
what do you Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think I was just mainly sticking to my game plan and keeping my head straight.
Nice. What do you consider, beating yourself or losing to yourself? What do you mean by that?
I don't want to.
Okay, for just a second, I'm assuming that Haliey received a phone call. We're going to get her right back in. Okay, so you can answer that question from Nick if you heard it.
I missed it. What was it?
It was, what do you consider beating yourself versus losing to yourself? You were just mentioning that you want to go out there and you want to beat yourself. What do you mean by that?
I just don't want to lose to my own mental game. I feel like recently the reason why I haven't been playing to my best potential is because I have been getting upset and I haven't been able to move on from it. So if I'm able to just go to the course and be confident and just have confidence in every shot, then I'm gonna play to my best possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in follow up to that question, which this is great, you're just setting us right up, Haliey. This is perfect. You talk about getting upset. That doesn't translate to very many people, at least in the media world, of what we perceive. I think I even read a recent interview where it says that's your go-to best trait is you don't let the emotions get to you. What is it that you're experiencing that we don't see?
I mean, realistically, every time I miss a putt, I'm gonna get upset. If it's within 45, 50 feet and I miss it, I'm gonna be upset. Most people don't see those as gimme putts, but I spend a lot of time putting, so me missing simple putts gets me riled up, right? So just being able to miss those putts and be able to just keep moving on and get birdies and not bogey is where I'm getting better at right now.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is you don't have any outbursts. You're not slamming your discs into the ground or into a bag. Is this mentally you're just talking to yourself? Is that how you handle getting angry or upset at missing a putt?
Yeah. After the round, or if it's a really bad shot, you might see me punch a tree, but that's it.
No. Lefty,
right,
I hope.
Trees beware for Haliey King. So what do you feel clicked this week in your game? Obviously, we saw a dominant performance. You played great. You averaged, 30 points above your rating, just about. What clicked this week?
This was probably the first week where I knew where the disc was going the second it left my hand. Coming into GBO, I had a little bit of a break, so I practiced a lot and I felt very confident with tee shots. So I think that is definitely my biggest goal going into GBO, and I definitely can check that off the list.
With tee shots over at DDO, are you throwing more distance drivers like say Zeus's, or are you throwing more fairways like Stalkers? What are you relying on most out there that you had the confidence in?
It actually like changed if there was wind or not, but
Mhm.
if there was no wind, I was throwing a lot of Zeus's and it was a lot of bomb shots, golf shots. And then
Yep.
if there was wind, I was throwing a lot of forces. And yeah, still throwing the same exact shots, just with a disc that can handle the wind.
Nice. So this is obviously another competitive match against Katrina Allen. Is she a competitor that you look at before every single tournament and say she's probably going to shoot well? That's probably someone you're going to compete against. I know earlier you said you're really just going out there to compete against yourself, but is that how you look at fields right now? Like who has been playing well lately? You think they'll probably do well at this next event?
Yeah, I definitely look at that. Before the tournament, I'm pretty sure all of us talk about who we think is gonna win and who we think is gonna top place 3. And Kat's definitely up there every time. And if Paige isn't there, Kat is usually the number 1 contender in my
Yep.
mind. Yeah.
All right. Last, you're not wrong with Kat, and obviously if Paige is there, I think. Are you starting to experience the fact though that people are placing you up on that platform now, like in their minds? Are you aware of that?
Yeah. And to be honest, like I'm starting to feel that way myself. I feel like GBO made me feel like I've officially leveled up in a way.
Hmm.
So I feel like I'm starting to definitely be up there with Kat.
Obviously, they have a long history, which you can't have that advantage of having because of how long you've been playing. But competition wise, yeah, for sure. Can I ask? Last interview we had you on, which by the way, this is a great thing. We try to have on relevant players, and you're
Hmm.
relevant. You
Yeah.
mentioned your upshots you're struggling with because of your finger or something, or the way it was feeling. Are you still struggling with that same feeling there, or are you able to do that better now?
Um, Instead of throwing up shots with a fan grip, I've changed my grip to like a modified fan grip, and then I'm just doing like more spinny approaches now. So I have actually found a way around that.
Hmm. You feel confident with that now?
Yeah.
Nice. I was kind of going through the PDGA as I was making show notes and everything like this right now. You have a couple weeks off before you go out on a big stretch out in the West Coast. What are you doing to kind of like stay warm? Are you playing practice rounds at home? I know you said you like practicing putting a lot. What goes into Haley King's routine?
Well, I'm actually gonna go to my dad's house tomorrow and I'm gonna be putting every day. And then we actually have a field next to our course, so I'm gonna do a bunch of field work and then probably catch around every day.
Mhm. Do you like what does your field work consist of? Like, are you taking a day to focus on mid ranges or like say backhand approaches, or do you go out there and say these are the discs in my bag? I want to really learn how they throw on all different angles.
I'm actually going to be figuring that out this week for
Hmm.
what my best practice or field practice would be. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to bring a basket out there and just
Hmm.
get to know my disc 100%, know what they do at every speed and every angle.
Yeah.
So something I've noticed, Haley, in I'm more of a media minded guy. That's kind of where this show started originating from. I've worked on the pro tour doing some FPO cover. I've done a lot of little media things, but one of the things I noticed because of that is just even how people interview. You over the last couple of years came on and you had really short answers, right? You'd be like, yep, no. And you even still have some of those. But at this DDO press conference, or even in the post round after you won, I felt like I observed some sort of different version of Haley being interviewed. Are these interviews, are these media things, are these interviews I'm even doing with you now, are they getting more normal and easier for you?
Yeah, I would say they're definitely getting easier for me, and talking as a whole, I feel like I'm getting better at it. So I think my confidence in just being in that position has risen a lot to make me feel way more comfortable.
That's awesome. I think, Nick, maybe you've heard this, and Haley too. Paul Macbeth
Hmm.
which we'll have him on in a little bit. He talks about originally not being that much of a forward guy either. He's just like, yeah, but now it's part of his life, so he's used to it as well.
Yeah.
So you're taking a little break right now. Is that true? Are you on a little? I mean, you're at home, but what's your next event that you're hitting up?
Yeah, so my next event is US Women, so I'm gonna be chilling in Wisconsin for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is that, what did Madison just say? OTB? It was Goat Hill, then OTB,
Yes.
then US Women. So you're missing both of those events?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Just personal. You just want to take some time off before the next big event?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself playing any local events at all, or are you like any leagues or anything like that?
I personally don't really like leagues. It
Mhm.
doesn't do anything to help me personally. So I don't like leagues, and I kind of stay away from the local tournaments. There aren't that many women at them. So
Yeah.
again, it's not the type of situation I need to be in to get better.
Further elevate your game and everything like that. Yeah.
True.
If you had to pick, besides for backhand approaches right now, is there anything else that you're just really want to work on?
I want to keep working on my spin putt. I finally found something that clicked. I was working with Brian Earhart, and he said something and it just clicked. And I've been all over the basket, so I want to work on that a little bit more and nail some big ones.
Yeah. Now, is it his girlfriend Lindsay that's been hanging around with you during your rounds?
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of like, where does she come into play right now? I know you said, like, I think in our interview before, she's been a big help. I think I saw a picture of you guys wearing matching clothes and everything like that. Like, how is she fitting into this whole equation now?
Well, first, like when I met her, she is a super positive person, and she instantly offered to like make sure that I'm okay. I have a place to stay and everything. Sorry, that's my cat.
I was gonna say, I feel like I hear a collar jingling.
Yeah. But so like ever since then, Lindsay's been super invested in disc golf and just like our friendship. And I personally like caddies, and she knows how to be a caddy and how to like be able to make the difference between a caddy and a friend when you're on the bag, and like know when's the right time to like say certain things. So she just said she can caddy for me, like she wants to caddy for me, and if I'm comfortable with that, then she'll be my caddy, and she's been a really good caddy.
Nice. Does she now? Because I love having a caddy personally. Actually, Matt has caddied for me. I've caddied for him. Does she, kind of dissect the hole with you in the sense of like, oh, I think this is the shot to do, or is she more so just morally supporting you, like, hey, you got this. Hey, you got this shot. Do your own thing.
She she makes me think, and she makes me talk about what I'm going to do. And she basically makes me make a plan, and she helps me go through that. So what she'll do is she'll tell me like how far away the tree is and stuff like that, like visual markers. And then if I make a plan and it doesn't sound like a good idea, because she knows my bag and she knows how I throw, she will say something. She's like, are you sure you want to throw that? You've been throwing this disc better today than that disc, so maybe you should do this. So just small stuff like that. Like she makes me just think on the spot. She makes me focus.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I like that in the sense of they're kind of opening your mind to maybe an alley that you did not see originally.
Yeah.
And I think it makes you take your time a little bit more, which, I know we've talked a lot, let's, bring up Nico taking potentially too much time sometimes. I'm not ratting on him or anything like that, but in the sense of like some players, for local tournaments and stuff like that, I consider myself a pretty quick player. I have an idea of how I'm going to throw it, and I feel like if I think about it too much, then I'm going to overthink it in a sense. But when you have a caddy there, you're kind of like, you work through it together, and I like that. So I've had caddies before who know absolutely nothing about disc golf. They've just been personal friends of mine. And then I've had caddies like Matt who actually know my bag and everything. So it's pretty cool. But speaking of caddies and kind of being able to have them now on the Pro Tour and the National Tour, spectators are back. Does that kind of motivate you in the sense of how you play? Do you, let's say, get a rush from spectators being there?
Yeah, I definitely love throwing shots in front of people. It doesn't matter if it's a good shot or a bad shot, they're generally still clapping.
Mhm.
Um, so just like turning around after whatever you do and just looking up and seeing 100 plus faces, just, clapping, looking at you, cheering for you, it feels really good. And it actually it boosts my confidence doing that. So I love having the spectators back, and it's great to have them back.
Nice.
All right. So I'm seeing the chats, and first of all, they're very supportive of you, Haliey. They're surprised that you're just now realizing how good you are. They're like, we've known it for longer than you. But they're also saying, show us the kitty. I don't know if the cat's right there. Our audio listeners won't be able to see, but if the cat's there, our viewers would like to hear it because they hear this little jingle jangle in the background. All right.
Yeah.
For our audio listeners, she's picking up her computer. Oh, there it is, a black cat. What's this cat's name?
What way is it? Is it this way?
Yeah, there you
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
What's the cat's
Her
name?
name is
What was it?
Spencer?
Spencer. Yeah.
Nice.
Is this a female
Yeah.
or a male cat?
Female.
All right. I find
Spencer's like, yo, why are you looking at me?
oh man, when I was little, and this is now people are gonna have another reason to not like me. I would unofficially not actually torture the cat. I was a little kid, but I'd find oh, it's a little cat, it fits in a soda can, and I mean not a soda can, a coffee can, and I can bring it with me, that kind of stuff. And it's no, that's not nice to the cat.
That's cruel. You're about to get
Yeah.
roasted on YouTube.
That's okay. I said
Oh,
soda can, I
no.
meant coffee
I love
can.
cats.
Coffee can.
I'm a huge cat person, so
We had a cat almost my whole life until I went away to college and everything. And then one last thing, I know our audio listeners are like, what's happening? We're talking about cats. We're looking at cats. There's obviously and I can see a reptile, I think, trying to get out of that terrarium back there. What's the name of that one?
Yeah.
And what is it?
It's Lucy, and this is my sister's bearded dragon.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Those can live for quite a while. They're going to get bigger.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know if she's prepared for it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Is this you have two siblings, right?
I have two sisters and a brother.
Oh, nice. Cool.
All right.
So
go ahead,
I
Nick.
was gonna say, just kind of last before we wrap it up. I mean, excitement for U.S. Women's. Are you excited to play out there? I don't even know which courses are being played at.
I think we're playing 3 courses this year, and I believe I've played 2 of them. And from what I remember, they're good courses. They're at least decent courses.
Yeah.
And it's always fun going to California, so I'm definitely excited to go there. I'll be going with Vanessa Van Dyken and Maria Olive, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Very cool. Do you have a favorite course while you're out on the road?
I mean, not really. I think just being out there is my favorite. I don't think
Nice.
about it too much, just being out there.
Cool. Well, I guess, Matt, do you have anything else?
No, I just want you to know, I have yet to meet you did I meet you in person? If I did, I apologize. I feel like I've yet to officially, I've been out there filming at Las Vegas last year. I saw you were a card away, but I'm looking forward. Yes, I remember that moment. I was close to Haliey King. I'm looking forward to that moment. I think I asked this and I want confirmation again. Are you going to make it up to Maple Hill? I know that's not your favorite. I think you said no last time.
MVP, I do plan on going.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Nice.
Nick, we will do something special. And if we can get her to agree to it, maybe we can do an in-studio thing.
That's the plan.
All right. Unless we've missed anything, this is your opportunity to give any shout out you want. I know we do this to you every time. Is if there's anything we missed or any sponsors you'd like to shout out before we let you go.
I just want to thank all the fans, for having my back and supporting me. I literally wouldn't be here without you, so thank you for making my dreams come true.
Very cool.
And Nick, this was I just want to say our live audience is getting boosted ever since Haliey came on. So this has been working out great. So
the people love Haliey. Well, if you love Haliey, please go and support her by going to any Discraft retailer or discraft.com and picking up a Tour Series Heat. I'm sure there's probably stuff in the works with Resistance Discs as well, who is another sponsor of hers. But check it out. Go get some Tour Series Heats. Any new Hailstorm hats or anything like that coming out soon?
I think we're working on it, so stay tuned to my Facebook page and Instagram.
Cool. Go follow her on Facebook and Instagram.
No, that's good.
And yeah, we'll go from there.
Have a nice, relaxing, quote unquote off season in the middle of the season. Relax, enjoy the Cats.
Okay,
All right,
thank you guys.
We'll talk to you
Take it
later.
easy, Haley. Thanks
Bye.
for being on.